Hello and welcome to another video about Proxmox Virtual Environment. Proxmox VE is a powerful software for virtualizing computers and managing virtualized machines. It consists of a combination of an operating system, server, and application, is open source and can be used free of charge for personal use. In this video, I'll show you how to install and configure Proxmox VE on a mini PC. For my installation, I'm using the Jingsha H1P with an Intel i5 12th generation, 32 GB of RAM, and a 2 TB SSD, which I briefly introduced in my previous video. You can find the link to that video in the description below. For the installation of Proxmox VE, we temporarily need a bootable USB stick with at least 2 GB of memory. Okay, so let's get started. First, we go to the Proxmox website, click on Downloads, and download the ISO file. You can find the link to Proxmox below in the description. Next, we need to create a bootable USB stick from the file we just downloaded. You can find various tools for this on the internet. I like to use Rufus because it offers a portable version that I can copy to my computer without needing to install it. So let's go to the Rufus website and download the portable version. The link is also provided below in the description. We ignore all the ads and the various download prompts. These are all just clickbaits. We scroll down until we see the different versions of Rufus available for download and choose the Windows 64-bit portable version. We click on the link to download the file. After the download, we launch the program. We select the medium that we want to make bootable with the ISO file, in my case, my USB stick. Now we select the ISO file. We confirm the warning regarding the ISO hybrid with OK. Then we click on Start to create our bootable USB stick. We confirm the warning that all data will be overwritten with OK. After a short while, the stick is ready. Now we are almost ready to install Proxmox. However, before proceeding, we need to make a few adjustments in the BIOS of the computer where we want to install Proxmox Virtual Environment. So we insert our USB stick into a USB port, start the computer, and repeatedly press the F2 key or the Escape key until we enter the BIOS settings. Which key to use depends on the manufacturer and the computer model. In the BIOS settings, we disable Secure Boot Mode and set our USB stick to the first position in the boot order, so that the system boots from the USB stick upon restart. The exact location of these settings may vary depending on the computer manufacturer, but the principle remains the same. After making the settings, we restart the computer, and shortly thereafter, we will see the installation window of the Proxmox Virtual Environment. Here we select the first option to install the version with a graphical user interface. When we press the Enter key, the installer immediately begins loading. It takes a moment until everything is ready. Once the installer is loaded, the first step is to accept the end-user license agreement. Next, we need to select the drive on which we want to install Proxmox. Typically, you can use the default setting as there is likely just one hard drive or SSD installed in the computer anyway. Now we select our country, our time zone, and our keyboard layout. Since I live in Switzerland, these are my settings. Then we define a password, repeat it, and enter our email address. The email address is mainly used to send a notification when a backup has been completed. Next, we enter our network settings. We need a host name and a static IP address with a network mask. Later, we will use this IP address and port 8006 to access the Proxmox user interface via a browser. For internet access, we also specify the default gateway and choose a domain name server. Finally, we receive a summary and can review all our inputs we have made. If necessary, we can go back and make changes. If everything is correct, we deselect the automatic boot option and click the Install button. Proxmox VE is now being installed on your computer, and this may take a while. I'll speed up the video here so we don't have to watch the progress bar for too long. Once the installation is successfully completed, we remove the USB stick and restart the computer. We should also remember to go into the BIOS during the next restart to change the boot order, so that the computer always boots from the hard drive first. As soon as we see this login screen after booting, the system is up and ready. We can now open a browser and access the Proxmox user interface using the computer's IP address on port 8006. Since the Proxmox server uses a self-signed certificate, we need to confirm that we trust it. We log in as the root user, enter our password, and save the username before logging in. In the community version of Proxmox VE, a pop-up appears after login, indicating that we do not have a valid subscription for Proxmox. This pop-up shows up every time we restart the server or log in. We simply confirm it. If the pop-up bothers you, then check out my next video where I will show you, along with a few other tricks, how to get rid of this pop-up. At this point, we are ready to set up virtual machines on our Proxmox server. How this works, I will show you in one of my upcoming videos, using the example of a Windows 11 and a Home Assistant installation. If this video was helpful to you, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss any of my future videos. If you have any questions or suggestions about this video, feel free to leave a comment. Bye and thanks for watching.